Wrestling fans of the internet, welcome back to another episode of Linwood Championship Wrestling. As always, I'm your erstwhile host and commentator, John Adams. And if you love wrestling as much as we do here at LCW, you just gotta hop on that main line. As always, we are coming to you live and direct from an abandoned, undisclosed warehouse somewhere in Linwood. And folks, I'm sorry to say, but this will be the last episode of LCW, because as of next week, we are rebranding as Linwood Wrestling Legends. But rest assured, our show will still be the same wrestlers wrestling in the same abandoned warehouse with commentary from yours truly. But with all that in mind, let's do this last episode of LCW, go out with a bang, and let's get to some wrestling. Folks, when you fall down the leaderboard and have to climb all the way back up to the top, it's a long climb. And unfortunately for Yuri Kalishnikov, the enforcer, the first rung on that ladder is a clown. A literal, overweight, hairy, middle-aged clown. And so, after finishing his suspension, paying a fine of an undisclosed amount, and successfully completing a mandatory sexual harassment seminar, the Harlequin of Hardcore, Clownholio, is back. And oh, aren't we lucky? So who comes out on top when the most serious man in wrestling faces off against a literal clown? Let's go check it out and find out. The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Chicago, Illinois, in the United States, the Harlequin of Hardcore, Clownholio. Now folks, I'm not prone to hyperbole, but this clown symbolizes literally everything wrong with wrestling right now. I know we're a bit hard up for talent on our roster, but are we really that hard up that we had to bring him back? Mark my words, folks, this man is a predator. It's only a matter of time before he makes another obscene hand gesture, says something inappropriate, or maybe something worse, and we have to suspend and fine him all over again. Did we learn nothing from that documentary, It? I'm telling you, whatever that clown's got planned for the evening, it's nothing wholesome or family friendly. And his opponent, from Pokrovskoye, Siberia, in Russia, the enforcer, Yuri Kalishnikov. While he might be working his way back up the ladder from his championship loss, it's still great to have the enforcer back. Every time he steps in the ring, you know you're going to see some quality action in a good match that night. But the big question is going to be, can he pull a half-decent match out of this stupid, talentless clown we've got on the roster? If I was the enforcer, I'd be indignant about having to fight a literal clown. It's barely a step above Mr. Iguana or Orange Cassidy, and for a man like Kalishnikov who takes wrestling seriously, that's got a sting. Oh, he's taken off his Kurt kit. Oh my god! Elio has come from out of nowhere and he is laying into the enforcer. Referee Tom Herb desperately trying to break them up in an uncharacteristically brave move. Oh my god, we have security? And those security guards are going to need a crowbar to pry these two apart. And I think we all know which cult leader put him up to it. This is what happens when you cross Sector Del Muerte. Kalishnikov has a big red target on his back. But the enforcer is determined to carry on with this match. What an absolute professional. And if the crowd weren't rooting for him before, they certainly are now. Let's get it on. Referee Tom Herb rings the bell and the enforcer comes in with a shotgun dropkick. Even if he took a beating from Elio earlier, Yuri Kalishnikov at half strength is still a very serious threat, as he proves with this ankle lock. Kalishnikov may be wounded, but he's still in with a fighting chance. Clownholio back on his feet and he hits him with a basement dropkick. And there goes the senton splash. Oh god, what's this awful clown gonna do next? Oh, I am kind of impressed he managed to run in a circle without slowing down. My Fox Terrier Jasco's really good at that too. The enforcer goes into the ropes and Clownholio slips. Who says clowns aren't funny? That was absolute rubbish and I loved it. Kalishnikov coming in from behind, he's got him in the hammerlock. And a sidewalk slam. There is nothing humorous about the way Kalishnikov wrestles, and that's why he's one of the best in the men's division. The enforcer takes to the middle rope and nails the clown with a drop kick. Kalishnikov picking the clown up. Into the ropes he goes. Oh, look at that. Let's see that again, Ernie. This combination of a backraker and a Russian leg sweep also gets a lot of mileage from his sister Nikita. In fact, we here at LCW call it the Kalishnikov Special, and Clownholio just ate one. And to be honest, it's probably the most nutritious thing he's eaten in a week. But Kalishnikov's not done, and he is serving up a side of chops. And who said Russian food is terrible? The enforcer dragging him ringside and slams his head into the apron. The enforcer showing he is absolutely not down to clown tonight. Kalishnikov picking up Clownholio. And he goes for a run across the cardboard, which is probably the most exercise he's had all week. Clownholio kneeing back and nailing him with a drop kick. They better take this one ringside before Tom Herb starts reaching for that dirty old bell. Clownholio's showboating could be his undoing, as we're about to see. The enforcer scoops him up into the fireman's carry, and his face gets spiked against the rope, and he's going for the pin. Whoa! Kick out after the one. Kalishnikov going for the grab. Clown gives him the slip kicks to the kneecaps and a shotgun drop kick. The clown is not down yet and he is getting revved up. We're starting to see a bit of wear and tear on his makeup, and the enforcer nails him with a clothesline. Swing and a miss from Clownholio, and he's going up and over. The clown is looking to hurt. And a spine buster from the enforcer. And going to a pin. 1, 2, kick out after the 2. Even after that pre-match beatdown, there's still a lot of kerosene left in the tank of Kalishnikov's ugly Soviet-era car. Now he's going for a Boston Crab, bending the clown backwards. And the clown powers out. Clown's got him down, and a brutal knee drop to the face. Clownholio might not be able to out-wrestle Kalishnikov, but he can bring the cheap shots. But is that going to be enough to secure a victory? Oh, I'm sorry, Clownholio. Are we boring you? Kalishnikov's back on his feet, but he's leaning into that corner. Clown hits him from behind. And he's going for a manhandle slam. He's trying to get inside the enforcer's head and looking to regain control of this match. And Kalishnikov goes up and over. Clownholio feeding off the audience and giving him a show. Oh, Clownholio. Oh, shine on, you crazy ass diamonds. Oh, is he going for another one? The clown puts him down with another manhandle slam. Clownholio revving up, and he drops the elbow. And although many wrestlers have dropped the elbow, Jonesy was not the first one to do it, despite what he might tell you. And I got a bad feeling all this showboating's gonna come back to haunt Clownholio. Well, I wouldn't say it's a bad feeling, because I kinda hope it does, but it's a feeling. And if you're feeling like you need new threads, why not hit the merch stand afterwards? Clownholio telling the enforcer off on the middle rope, kicks him in the face, and there goes the shoulder tackle. And what did I tell you, folks? This clown is just making a mockery of wrestling and everything in it. Kalishnikov gets up, the clown tags him with a punch, and the enforcer with the double leg takedown. And a kick out before the one, and a reversal. One. And there goes the seesaw. Enforcer coming in with a chop, and oh my god, look at that. Let's see it again. After Clownholio is done with his pantomime, of course. That was one hell of a barrel roll leg sweep that he probably learned on his first day at clown college. Clownholio going up to the top rope, and this could be bad. Enforcer with a whoopee cushion. 150 kilos of clown meat sandwiched between two sizzling hot buns. It's the Happy Meal combo nobody ever asked for. Clownholio taking his sweet time. Oh my god, he's doing it again. Please tell me we're gonna suspend him for that again. We are so sorry you had to see that, folks. That was inexcusable and disgusting. And the Enforcer was having none of it, so he hit him with a hammerlock suplex. Kalishnikov keeps punishing him, and hopefully Clownholio is now regretting that obscene gesture. And folks, we apologize again, but anything can happen when you're broadcasting live. The Enforcer's lining up for something. Hits the clown with a sambo throw, gives him an armbar, and the clown gets a rope break. How disappointing. And if you ask me, that's what should happen when the clown makes obscene gestures. Somebody should break his arm. Kalishnikov going for the top rope. And boom goes the shotgun dropkick. Kalishnikov grabs Clownholio, drags his hairy carcass to the middle of the ring, and he's going for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out after the 2. But he is not yet done punishing this horrible, horrible clown, and he nails him with a punch and a kick. Clownholio crawling up the ring posts. Oh, he's picked up Clownholio, laid him out like a table, and a punch to the gut. And now he's bending him backwards and choking him with his foot. This is brilliant. Let's see that again. Clownholio is going to need a lot of drugs after that, but I don't think our staff veterinarian is holding at the moment. I'd say ask Linwood Knight, but those two hate each other's guts. So Clownholio is probably just going to have to walk this one off. The Enforcer running a freight train through Clownholio, and it could... Oh, no. Leave the disc alone. No. What are you doing, Yuri? I thought you were cool. I've reinforced the disc with cushions, but I'm still hiding under it. Oh no, I felt that one. Come on, guys. Wouldn't you prefer to take this back in the ring? Apparently not, because these two are still pounding away. And Clownholio hits him with a Texas pile driver. Bit of a discombobulated shotgun dropkick there, and the clown's got him up. But come on, guys, do we really want to put Tom Herb through the stress of putting on his big boy pants and counting to 10? And thankfully they go in ringside, and Tom Herb breathes a sigh of relief. Oh my god, that was down to the wire. The Enforcer grabbing him by the scruff of the neck and slapping him up the backside of his head. Don't you just love to see it? Kalishnikov posting up on the middle rope, and the body splash misses the mark. But now it's Clownholio's turn with a more successful body splash. Miraculously, Clownholio is still in this, and he's getting the Enforcer in a hammerlock. And Kalishnikov elbows his way out. Kalishnikov getting whipped into the corner. And kicked by the clown. And what's he doing now? Oh no. No. Don't do it. No, I don't want to see this. This isn't wrestling. This is absolutely puerile and disgusting. This is why we shouldn't have brought Clownholio back. 1, 2. Oh, kick out after the 2. No. What are you doing, Ernie? Don't play it again. We got kids in the audience, for God's sakes. My mom could be watching this. Come on, Ernie, would you show up to your kids' school, show them this video and say, this is what I do for a living? And folks, while I personally apologize for that, I need you to hear me out, good people of Linwood. You will never get your money back. No refunds. And while I tried to warn everybody that something like this might happen if we let Clownholio come back, nobody listened to me. So when you really think about it, this is everyone's fault but mine. Kalishnikov nails him with a clothesline. And just look at that kip up into a leg drop. That was badass. I'm glad to see one of the wrestlers at least has some respect for the integrity of this business. Clownholio gets whipped into the ropes and eats a body block. And if you're feeling peckish, why not hit the concession stand? The cage and wedges are awesome. The enforcer grabbing Clownholio and shoving him face first into the ring post, and you could just tell that hurt. And there he goes again. And oh my god, he's gonna do it a third time, straight into the middle post. The clown gets a face scrub with Yuri's boot, and it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Will this be enough for the pin? 1, 2, 3, Kalishnikov wins! A well-deserved win for... Oh my god, it's Elio again! Security! Can we get security in here? This is about to kick off! Stay out of the way, Tom Herb. You're only going to get yourself hurt. Folks, this is going down. The enforcer is squaring off against Constanzo's #1 enforcer, Elio from Los Satanicos. Whatever happens next is not going to be pretty, and nor is it going to be sanctioned by LCW. And just a reminder that we don't give our wrestlers scripts or tell them what to do. So this is as real as wrestling gets. And here's security, finally. Hopefully we can get some order. Oh my god, Elio broke free and he's going after the enforcer again. Sector Del Muerte is not afraid to go after the enforcer with everything they've got. But the question on everybody's mind is this. If we have legitimate security guards, why are they just hanging about backstage in the gorilla position playing poker when they should be standing in front of the desk and protecting me? I mean, come on people, priorities. I mean, if something happens to me, who's going to do the commentary? Ernie the cameraman? I'd like to see that. And sure, I am flanked by a few of Todd's men. Here comes Candice Devereaux, and if this is about what I think it's about, I got you back, Miss Venice Beach. John sees everything. Well, not everything. I'm not a pervert. Hell yeah, I remember. Better do what she says, Ernie. And see, what did I tell all you people last week? Candice Devereaux knows a screw job when she sees one, and this is a smoking gun. There was no reason for Tom Herb to break up that submission. And I don't want to accuse anybody of being on the take, but it really makes you wonder. Damn right he did. Preach on, Miss Venice Beach. Yeah, Todd, we want answers. Ladies and gentlemen, my boss, Todd Sorensen. This better be good. Hey, we've all had concerns about Tom Herb lately. Oh, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Miss Venice Beach. And hey, you could do worse than Zeka Jahira Mayabesh Jones, just saying. Seriously, he made you do that? That is so illegal, and so true about his son's lack of talent. Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's hope Todd's a better referee than the Violator, or Tom Herb. And Miss Venice Beach, you have just become my third favorite wrestler in the women's division. And even though you just said a bunch of stuff that I would be fine for saying and got a title shot, this is still a win. So folks, it's going down next week with special guest referee, my boss, Todd Sorensen. For this next match, we are starting Brandy Dixon's singles run off with a bang. After the dissolution of their tag team, we all wondered about possible singles run for both sisters, and Brandy is making the first move tonight against Kimberly, the Mean Girl Sullivan. I think we all wondered about the possibility of this match, so I am super stoked to see this happen now. Let's go check it out. The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Brisbane, Queensland in Australia, the Mean Girl, Kimberly Sullivan. Admit it, folks, When we saw the Dixon chicks implode last week, this was the match we all fantasy booked when we thought about Brandy's singles career. Now, I'm no quantum physicist, and this analogy may not be perfect, but bear with me. It is impossible for two people as horrible as Kimberly and Brandy to occupy the same physical and temporal space at the same time. And since coexistence is impossible, they are compelled by the very physical laws of the universe to duke it out. And lucky us, we get to watch this bloodbath unfold. But when you think about how much these two have in common, they should be the best of friends. But alas, neither one has the capacity to engage in friendship with another human being. So here we are. And honestly, I don't know who I'm supposed to be rooting for, because I just want to boo them both. And her opponent, from Libertyville, Alabama in the United States, the Firestarter, Brandy Dixon. While she might have taken a clobbering last week from her big sister, Brandy is nevertheless determined to get her singles career going, and apparently we still have fire. There was me thinking we got rid of the fire, but apparently not. There's always going to be fire when Brandy Dixon's around, even if she has to start it herself. And to be honest, that's half the problem right there. And while there may be wrestling promotions that frown on hiring convicted arsonists, apparently we just take them as we find them. And oh man, have we found some doozies over the years. These two have been egging each other on social media this whole week, so it'll be interesting seeing that boil over into the ring. And Kimberly has made no secret about the fact she does not consider Brandy a threat. Referee Tom Hurt rings the bell. Brandy comes running in and Kimberly is quick on the attack. She might not respect Brandy as a competitor, but she has not taken any chances. These two horrible wrestlers are tied up in a clinch, and let's see what happens. And Kimberly slips out. Neither one of these two are grapplers as such, so I'm not sure who to get the, whoa, nice roll, and a kip up, and a cartwheel. Oh my god, look at you, Brandy. Brandy is twisting the Mean Girl's arm, and not in a good way, like when you get them to buy stuff for you. And I think I even heard the cracking of a little bone there. And of course it's going to be a little bone, because neither one of them's much bigger than 5 feet tall, but you know what I mean. Neither wrestler's given an inch in this kinetic game of chess. And Kimberly goes for the punch to the gut, and the battle continues. But that's classic Kimberly Sullivan for you. She's never afraid to punch anybody in the gut if she thinks there's something in it for her. But has the Mean Girl finally bitten off more than she can chew? Which probably isn't much, because she's got a tiny little mouth and she eats like a sparrow. But you know what I mean. Brandy into the ropes. Kimberly goes low. Tags her with a step-up enziguri. And Brandy's taking her down into a pin. And a kick out before the one. If the Mean Girl wasn't taking this seriously before, she better start now. Because our little firebug has something to prove as she drives her into the corner. Referee Tom Hurt breaks them up, just like his zookeeper girlfriend broke up with him. You're better off without her, Tommy boy, and we're seeing a bit of a slobber knocker here. Mean Girl goes into the ropes. Brandy comes with the armory and eats a stiff right hand to the face. Bit of an artful dodge from Kimberly, and oh yeah, we get to see it. Till the world head scissors. Oh, what's happening here? What'd you do, Ernie? Oh my god, it's Hannibella. We haven't seen her for ages. Apparently, she still has some unfinished business with the Mean Girl, and she did not feel like waiting around for an appointment. And here comes Brandy, back to her feet. Brandy coming in from behind. Are we gonna see it? Oh my god, full Nelson Bulldog. Let's check it out again. And this is why distractions in the ring can be deadly. And while we're at it, kids, don't drink and wrestle. You just end up like Linwood Knight. Oh, kick out before the one. And I gotta say, Brandy is doing a lot better than I thought she would. And she whiffed that one, and gets a shotgun dropkick for her troubles. Playtime is officially over, and these two are out for blood. The Mean Girl gets her face smashed into the turnbuckle, and the worst is yet to come. Brandy is straight up beating her like she stole something, which raises a lot of questions given the history of both of these wrestlers. Mean Girl desperately trying to fight back, and she gets a hip toss, a stomp, And a kick for her troubles. Brandy is determined to prove she's the meanest girl in the women's locker room. And there's the elbow drop. Brandy's about to take to the skies, and let's see what she's got for us. She's daring the Mean Girl to get back to her feet. What the hell was that? Play it back. That was the most uncoordinated falling hammer fist I've ever seen in my life. Brandy Dixon, the skies are not for you. You, madam, are a land-dwelling mammal. And speaking of land-dwelling mammals, remember how Tom Herb's zookeeper girlfriend broke up with him? Until he apologizes for the Linwood Screwjob, he's getting it with both barrels, and that was a hurricane rana. Kimberly bounces off the middle rope, and that body splash missed its mark. Brandy looks like she's revving up for something, and there goes the fallen elbow. Brandy is dominating this match, and she is doing her best to prove that she doesn't need her big sister to finish her fights. Brandy is showing even less respect to Kimberly Sullivan than I usually do, and I've got to say, I'm impressed. The Mean Girl's back on her feet, and she eats a clothesline to the neck. Brandy set out to make a statement tonight, and this, her first singles match, and the Mean Girl is paying the price. She's revving up from coast to coast, and there go the flying knees to the face. Up to the top rope she goes, and this could be bad news. It's anyone's guess what she's doing up there, but she is just egging the Mean Girl on. One day you're queen of the ring, and then you get knocked off your pedestal. Oh my god, Kimberly off the springboard with a moonsault into a pin. 1, 2, and a kick out after the 2. The Mean Girl's cage has been rattled, and she is looking even less happy than usual. She's picking up Brandy, and there goes the soccer kick. And what's coming next? Ow! Falling knee to the arm. But has Brandy suffered enough? The Mean Girl doesn't think so. And look at that float over neck breaker. This one's about to spill out ringside, and anything can happen on the cardboard. Well, not anything. It's got to be within the physical laws of the universe, but you know what I mean. What I meant to say is neither of the wrestlers is going to turn into a fire-breathing Sasquatch. So if that was what you were hoping to see when you tuned in, I'm sorry, but this is not going to be your lucky day. But really, how cool would that be if we could get a fire-breathing Sasquatch? I reckon the Violator could pull it off. If you watch any Sasquatch video on YouTube, half of the photos are of him anyway. And just look at this ringside beatdown. Oh my god, we have got to see that again. And while I was highlighting the need for fire-breathing Sasquatches, Kimberly was dishing out this merciless beating. And just look at that float-over, sit-out gourd buster. The Mean Girl is reasserting herself one move at a time, but they better take it back to the ring. And the people in the front row are loving this, but they're not very bright, and they'll probably cheer at anything. And of course, the Mean Girl finds time to strike a pose for any hypothetical admirers out there. And look at that! Kimberly leaves the ring and resets the count, saving Brandy. Nobody wants this match to end in a countout, that's for sure. Mean Girl going back in the ring. Oh my god, are we gonna see it? Oh, botched facelift. One of the Mean Girl's signatures. Now this right here is the move that ruined 1,000 selfies. Brandy Dixon collapses like a house of cards. And good gravy, I think we're about to see another of the Mean Girl's signatures. Here it comes. Oh my god, 720 splash. And why not a few push-ups, because we're not done showing off just yet. But if you can't do those push-ups on your knuckles, I'm just not interested. But let's take another butcher's at that amazing 720 splash. This is why Kimberly was once considered the future of Olympic gymnastics, but oh how the mighty have fallen. But surely that's got to be enough for the pin right there. 1, 2, 3, Kimberly Sullivan takes the win. But I gotta give it to her, Brandy put up a hell of a fight. Let's go check out some ringside highlights. The Mean Girl was not expecting this level of competition, and she paid for it during the first half of the match, where Brandy run roughshod over her. And who could forget the entrance of Hannibella at ringside? I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I suspect those two still have some beef. But eventually, we did see the Mean Girl roaring back to life. Brandy never let up on the assault, but Kimberly eventually fired back with that high-flying gymnastic style we've all come to know and love. Well, maybe not love. Love's probably too strong a word, so let's go with appreciate. And I appreciated the fact we didn't get another Linwood Screwjob out of Tom Herb. And no, I'm not going to let that one go until he apologizes. You know what you did, Tommy boy. Ball's in your court now. But eventually, Kimberly came back with a couple of her signature moves and scooped up another victory. And as much as I love that 720 splash, I really wonder if she can do a 900 like Tony Hawk. So there you have it, folks. The Mean Girl takes another win. But a hint of great things to come from Brandy's singles career. Oh my god, what's happening? Ernie, hey, what are you doing? What's going on? Oh my god, it's Hannibella. This looks very bad. Oh god, what's she gonna do? Oh, she's choking Kimberly. And she choke slams her right into the mat. Whatever bad blood there is between these two, we haven't seen the last of it. Well, alright folks. Next up on the card, we have the first of two title matches this evening. After a brief tour of the indie scene in his native Japan, the Ronin Hiro Miyamoto returns. Tonight, he'll be cashing in a title shot he earned a long time ago and going for the gold. Are we going to see the inevitable end of Ymir's record-breaking 1130-day reign? Many have tried to claim the title, but thus far the Frost Giant remains undefeated. Will the Ronin be the one to finally break the streak? Let's go find out. The following LCW Men's World Championship match is scheduled for one fall. Honestly, I don't know why we announced that anymore. When was the last time we had a match that was scheduled for 3 falls? Don't even get me started on what a load of bollocks 3-fall matches are. I'll be here all day. Introducing first, the challenger. From Kyoto, Japan, the Ronin Hiro Miyamoto. And much like the Ronin of feudal Japan, the Ronin Hiro Miyamoto walks his own path. He bends his knee to no master and thinks nothing of flouting traditions and conventions, which, to be honest, got him in quite a bit of trouble in his native Japan. Well, that, plus a bit of a dalliance with the daughter of a very uncool Yakuza boss. And although the mainstream Japanese wrestling scene decided to toss him and leave him, we at LCW pulled up quick to retrieve him. This is a guy with a black belt in judo and a second dan black belt in Kyokushin karate. And if you've ever seen those Kyokushin guys throw down, you'll know they are no joke. 2 words, Dolph Lundgren. So we're looking at a competitor with the skill and the grit, but can he take the title from the Frost Giant? This crowd doesn't seem to think so, but maybe that's just because they don't know him. I'm sure once they get to know him, they'll like him. And at the end of the day, do you really want to be making your life decision based on the rumblings of these inebriated jackanapes in the crowd? I think not. That's right, people, I called you jackanapes. Look it up. And his opponent, and current LCW Men's World Champion from Bergen, Norway, the Frost Giant, Ymir. Behold the apex predator of the men's division, and pay no attention to that ugly, ugly belt. And I gotta say, folks, I am really proud of myself. With all the rebranding we're doing, there's a lot of paperwork that goes with that. So I had my cousin, who's a lawyer, sneak in an injunction, one that forbids Todd Sorensen's 3-year-old son from designing the new belts. That's right, folks, I finally did it. The way I see it, My dog Jasko is much smarter than Todd's kid, and he's only 2.5. So I'm gonna put him to work designing some snazzy new belts. And while there may be some residual dog here, there will be no glitter, no macaroni elbows, and no dinosaur stickers on our new belts. And that, my friends, is a John Adams pinky promise. As a proud fur daddy, I have complete confidence in Jasko's artistic abilities, and I can't wait to see what he comes up with. It's gotta be better than this gigantic pile of sugar the champ's been lugging around for 1130 days. And for all we know, he may be the last champion to wear that horrible, horrible belt. Referee Tom Herb showing it to the challenger when he really should be taking it to the rubbish bin where it belongs. That's right, people. Take one last look at this grotesque eyesore. Referee Tom Herb rings the bell, and the champ is not wasting any time with that neck breaker. After all, he didn't get to be champ by letting other wrestlers get the drop on him. Unlike some other wrestling promotions, we don't reward mediocre wrestlers just because they have merch sales. We treat all our wrestlers like crap, and that's the way they'll love it. And as we're saying here, you gotta be a little bit of a masochist to make it as a wrestler. The champ has barely let the challenger get a breath in, and he's straight up smothering him from the get. Maybe he's remembering what happened when he took his eyes off Yuri Kalishnikov for a second. And will you look at that, straight out of the ring. Oh god no, don't come near the desk, not again. I gotta say folks, so far I was hoping for a wrestling match, but this is more of a one-sided beatdown. If the Ronin doesn't come up with something, this will be the most humiliating match of his career. One has to wonder if the Ronin was simply ill-prepared for this match. Oh, and he's firing back, finally. That's about goddamn time. But it's going to take more than that to crack the Frost Giant's wall of ice. The Ronin's picking him off with strikes here and there, and this may be the best way to put a dent in his armor. The champ just seems to be eating shot after shot, and nothing seems to faze him. He's just taking it in stride. Oh, that clothesline did not hit the mark. If I was Hiro Miyamoto, I'd be wondering right now if somebody set me up for a really cruel prank. And speaking of really cool pranks, remember when Tom Herb's girlfriend, who left him, posted that picture of him on the toilet on his Facebook? Hashtag remember the Linwood Screwjob. Oh! Behold the raw power of Ymir as he makes his opponent eat the turnbuckle. And there goes a Bronco Buster. And I gotta say, the Bronco Buster is not a move I'd expect to see from a wrestler like Ymir. But then again, who's to say there wasn't a lot of crossover between Viking berserkers and cowboys? Records from that period of history are a bit sketchy after all. The Ronin has taken an absolute hammering, and I'm starting to wonder what the hell Todd Sorensen was thinking when he greenlit this match. Oh my god, the Ronin fires back with a hot shot. Good gravy! Is this the second win? Or is the champ sucking the air out of his sails? Folks, I gotta be honest with you. I don't see that belt going anywhere tonight. But then again, let's not rule anything out. We've had upsets before. And just look at how much the crowd loves the Frost Giant. Almost as much as they love me. That's right, I'm the daddy around here. Good golly, Miss Molly, what a clothesline. The Ronin's got the Frost Giant by the head and he is just raining down the punches. He stops after 5 punches because this crowd can't count any higher. Oh, kick out before the one. And while that may be the first pin attempt of the match, it's like playing a bum-handed poker and hoping for a lucky break. But sometimes that's all you can do, and there's the neck breaker. Referee Tom Herb just standing there pondering the series of bad life decisions that have led him to this point. The Frost Giant challenging his opponent to get up. And there goes the fallen axe handle. As one-sided as this match has been, all the greedy little piggies in the crowd are oinking for more, and the champ is happy to deliver. Witness the raw strength of the Frost Giant as he scoops him up and carries him like a baby. And we are going over the top rope. Let's take another look at that vulgar display of power. And to be honest, folks, this is feeling like less of a match and more of a real-life snuff film. I just hope for the sake of the Ronin he's got something left in that bag of tricks. And aren't you magnificent? Yes, you are. Who's a good champ? And now I'm starting to think that a count-out may be the most merciful way to end this match. And there goes the champ out of the ring. And back in the ring we go, because we don't want referee Tom Hurd busting a blood vessel trying to count to 10. Ronin clapping back and oh, he's got him in a hammerlock takedown. This could be something. Round and round he goes and snap. And now we await the arrival of Crackle and Pop. And I think I saw Crackle in the parking lot. He is not looking good. Ronin's trying to drag the champ, but the champ is powering out. It's a miracle that the Ronin can absorb this kind of punishment. And there goes the suplex. The champ is taking his sweet time and starting to get complacent. And he gets tagged with a step-up enziguri, and look at him fall. This could be the break the Ronin's been hoping for, and he's unleashing another flurry of punches to the champ's head. When you're fighting a monster like the Frost Giant, you gotta take the shots when and where you can, and here comes the armbar. The champ's arm's getting a good stretch, but not in the direction you'd like. Ronin's rolling him over, and it's time to kick some back. And I got a bad feeling the Giant's about to wake from his slumber. Oh my god, he's got his hand down his throat and he's trying to rip his guts out. How is this even a legal wrestling move? Apparently, referee Tom Hurd thinks this is a perfectly acceptable thing for other wrestlers to do to each other. Hashtag justice for Candace. And into the corner he goes. Here comes the body splash and oh my god, he eats the turnbuckle with the full weight of his body. The Ronin takes advantage and clocks him with an uppercut. And here's the pin. Bad luck, not even a 1 count. Miyamoto climbing the ropes, smooth salt, and nobody home. And that was a powerful headbutt. They're wrestling back and forth and nobody's getting the upper hand. And the Ronin into the corner. And this body splash finds the mark. And Jiminy Jillikers, look at that raw power. Ow! How does any human being survive this amount of punishment for this long? But the Ronin's still got a little something in his tank and he is determined to see this through. Nice sweet dodge into another clothesline. But I hope he's got more moves than that in his bag of tricks. The cheap shots keep coming as he's rolled him over. And now he's going for the armbar. But can he stick it? And the champ powers out. Ow, knee to the head. The champ hits back with a clothesline of his own, and whatever comes next is gonna be horrible. Oh god, folks, I think we're gonna see it. Oh my god, the Blood Eagle! This is one of Ymir's finishes, and the pain is excruciating. Let's see if the Ronin can power out of this one, and this just hurts to look at. Oh my god, dropped down into an arm drag. That was fantastic. Let's see it again. And while there's no archaeological evidence that suggests the Blood Eagle was a thing for the Vikings, it makes for a torturous finisher for the champ here. I'm seriously impressed that the Ronin powered out and fired back with this sweet arm drag. And folks, what we have here is something we in the wrestling business call a yay boo. The two competitors slug it out back and forth. And when the one you like hits, you say yay. And when the one you don't hit, you say boo. Try this at home, kids. It's easy to play. And by play at home, I certainly don't mean try this at home and slug each other like these two. You know what I meant. But if you're a parent and you walk in the kitchen to find your kids slugging it out because they saw this match, we'll give you a free t-shirt of your choice. And my god, just listen to that crowd coming unglued. Nice assisted kick off on the champ and getting another slobber knocker here. And oh, what's coming this way? And will you look at that, a Death Valley driver with a little humiliation on top just for good measure. One gets the feeling that the Frost Giant is done playing around. He just wants to bring this one home. We saw some flashes of resistance from the Ronin, but one has to wonder, how is the champ going to bring this one home? And look at that torture rack and oh my god, gorilla press! Down he goes. He's getting up and sweet merciful crap, what are we seeing here? This is the power of Kyokushin. 1, 2, and a kick out under the 2, but we gotta see that again. And just where oh where did that combo come from? We nearly saw an upset there, and maybe the Ronins still got a fighting chance. And man oh man, was that ever sweet. Oh, look at that rolling senton. After absorbing a Mick Foley level of punishment, we are seeing some sweet karate moves from Hiro Miyamoto. But is it going to be enough at this late stage of the match? Shiver me timbers. He just clotheslined a 7-foot-tall Frost Giant right out of the ring. What an amazing display. One can't help but think about the tortoise and the hare in this case. Well, this could be big. Oh my god, would you look at that somersaulting senton. Play it again, Ernie. I am amazed the Ronin is even alive, let alone coming back with moves like these. This is the longest anybody has held out against the champ. Even Yuri Kalishnikov didn't make it this far. My god, folks, I think we may finally see it. And I hope I'm not jinxing it for Hiro Miyamoto. Either way it shakes out, this match can't go on for much longer. The Frost Giant stirs from his slumber and fires back with a shot to the gut and another chop. And oh damn, I think we're going to see another one of these. Another Blood Eagle. Can he make... Oh no, he's tapped out. Champ retains the belt, but my god, what a valiant fight. Let's go see some ringside highlights. And as we all saw, the Frost Giant absolutely dominated the first half of this match, barely giving the Ronin any time to breathe. Miyamoto took shot after shot after shot, and the lesser wrestler would have straight up been broken in half, and he is gonna need a lot of ice after being thrown out of the ring from that height. But one really has to wonder, has the Frost Giant had the belt so long that he's finally getting complacent? Early in his career, Ymir's matches were the definition of squash matches. But after his matches with Yuri Kalishnikov, and tonight the Ronin Hiro Miyamoto, he has been forced to go the distance for maybe the first time in his career. There were maybe a couple of openings that the Ronin could have used to take the win, but we are seeing more and more cracks in the champ's armor, and it's only a matter of time. And without getting too hyperbolic here, folks, this is our very own Lennox Lewis versus Vitaly Klitschko. While the champ may have retained the title, I guarantee everyone is going to be talking about the Ronin's stellar performance tonight. I know I am. And thus the Frost Giant's streak remains unbroken and the levy holds. For now. But tonight, the Ronin has shown everybody that the champ bleeds just like any other man. And to quote noted philosopher Jesse Ventura in the documentary Predator, if it bleeds, we can kill it. Next up, we have a tag extravaganza for you. We all saw the dissolution of the Dixon Chicks last week, but this week, we've got a brand new tag team coming in for their debut tonight. Coming straight out of Medellin, Colombia, Veronica Mendoza and Mercedes Cortez are Las Sicarias. Tonight they'll be making their debut against Las Gatas Callejeras, so no doubt we're in for some sweet high-flying action and stellar teamwork. So let's go check out what our new South American sensations have got for us. The following tag match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Guadalajara, Mexico, Catalina and Tabitha are Las Gatas Callejeras. I don't know about you folks, but I am super psyched to see the kitty cats back in action. If the Motor City Machine Guns were a couple of senoritas from Mexico who trained in the Lucha Libre style and adopted feline names, costumes and moves, they would totally be Las Gatas Callejeras. And as a diehard Motor City Machine Guns fan, I say that as the highest compliment. The kind of teamwork and synchronicity that Catalina and Tabitha have between each other is absolutely reminiscent of the Machine Guns. And on the off chance that either Alex Shelley or Chris Sabin sees this, you guys should really think about adding a third machine gun. And while I may be a middle-aged man who can't wrestle, I'd be a sweet manager and or hype man. Just throwing it out there. But back to the match at hand, Las Gatas blew us away with their debut. Let's see if they can make lightning strike twice. And their opponents, from Medellin, Colombia, Veronica Mendoza and Mercedes Cortez are Las Sicarias. Now, I don't want to be throwing around any hurtful stereotypes about Colombians, or people from Medellin in particular, but it should be noted that both of these ladies have tattoos of Pablo Escobar. But you want to know what's even more disturbing than that? You can't see it while she's got the jacket on, but if you look closely at Veronica's left arm, she's got a Cockney pickpockets tattoo. And worse than that, it's a Jonesy tattoo. Sometimes the craziest things get big in places like Japan and Brazil, and in this case, there are many parts of Colombia where the Cockney pickpockets are absolutely huge. But don't tell the pickpockets, otherwise they'll start getting ideas about wanting more money that we don't have. Nevertheless, Las Sicarias cite the pickpockets as their biggest inspiration, and I really hope they mean Gazza and Big Wally. Look, there it is. Don't tell Jonesy. Referee Tom here rings the bell and Veronica comes in hot, just kicking away there. Kickity kick 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 and a punch lays Tabitha out. So far so good for Las Sicarias, but can they keep it up? Tabitha shoots back with a kick of her own and the mind games begin as she climbs outside the ring. And she's coming back in. Like a typical cat, you never know if they won out or not, and oh my god, look at that STO. And a diving leg drop off the springboard. This kitty cat's found herself a new scratching post. And there goes the fisherman suplex. Tabitha's lining something up, and if Veronica's lucky, maybe she'll kick that Jonesy tattoo right off her arm. Revving up, and she's going for the shotgun drop kick and she misses the mark. Both wrestlers already looking like they're taking some stiff shots, and there's a step up into Gary. I really need to know more about this Colombia and pickpockets thing, but Veronica's going into the corner and we're about to see some sweet teamwork. You all know how much I love teamwork, and Las Gatas do it better than anybody in the women's division. Oh my god, look at that double suplex. I might not be a math magician or understand the physics of it, but one has to imagine it's got to be twice as painful as a standard suplex. And if nothing else, it looks twice as cool. Catalina now in the ring, let's see what she's got for us. And this one's already spilling out onto the cardboard. Catalina grabbing her from behind and, oh look at this, a forward Russian leg sweep. And a sneaky little trick from Veronica there. Veronica really laying in with the strikes. And look at that Spanish fly. But don't be so quick to take a bow yet, Veronica. Your work's not done. Back in the ring she goes, and Catalina is not far behind. Mercedes gets the tag, and let's see what she's got for us. Straight into home base she goes. And here's some more of that teamwork we all know and love. Into the ropes she goes. We get a shoulder block. And this looks like it's going to be really snazzy. Oh, look at that. A leg drop and a body splash. It's always really difficult to pick the highlights for Las Gatas, but you're doing a bang-up job, Ernie. The trouble is, there's just so much good stuff on display that where do you even begin? Once again, teamwork is making the dream work. And do you know what I dream about, folks? I dream of someday owning a computer that can render more than 20 frames of video a second. Maybe someday. But in the meantime, Tabitha is not giving Mercedes any room to breathe. And if Mercedes had a Jonesy tattoo on her arm, Tabitha just went and kicked that one off too. Good gravy, a standing moonsault into a pin and a one. And Veronica breaks it up. Las Gatas Callejeras are in excellent form tonight. Tabitha's grabbing her up, and she's making with the kickity kick kick kicks again. Let's see where this goes. Oh, she's scooping her up. And look at that, a schoolboy powerbomb. Mercedes is desperately calling for the hot tag, and she makes it. In comes Veronica. Veronica getting in some stiff shots and the crowd is not liking it. Oh, would you look at that, an Arabian press. Haven't seen one of those in yonks. Veronica looking for something off the apron and how embarrassing. Straight onto the cardboard. See folks, this is what happens when you look to the Cockney pickpockets as your biggest heroes. Veronica slingshots back in and again with the kicks and the punches. And look at that last kick. What a beaut. And try as I might, but I just can't take my eyes off that damn Jonesy tattoo. And if this is your first time watching LCW and you don't get all the references, all the more reason to go back and watch the whole back catalogue. Veronica says bring it on and be careful what you wish for, Missy. Catalina taken to the ropes with feline grace. And good God, have we ever seen one of those before? Let's take another look. I may not be a fancy wrestleologist, but I can best describe that as a split-legged moonsault, and what an acrobatic one. Nobody does it like the luchadors. And just look at that sweet kip up from Veronica, and the tag is denied. Veronica picking Catalina up. And into home base she goes. And there's a flying elbow and a step up into Gary, and down Catalina goes. Catalina goes flying into home base. Tag gets made, and let's see what Las Sicarias can do in the way of teamwork. And straight off the bat, this doesn't look like fun. Oh my God, they just used Catalina as a pinata. The folks here in Linwood have kind of taken to the kitty cats, and they are really not liking this treatment. Out of the two Sicarias, Mercedes is definitely the slugger, the heavy hitter. And let's see what she's got for us now. Oh my God, look at that spine buster. That just took the wind out of Catalina. And hey, why not a few cheap kicks as well and a diving senton. This crowd are really not liking what they're seeing. Oh, look at that falling knee drop. Las Sicarias are going to be fighting an uphill battle to win over the crowd after this. Because everybody knows you don't fudge with cats. Back into home base, Catalina goes, and are we going to... No, we are not. Sweep of the legs, and nothing flashy here. Just a good old-fashioned stomp to the guts. Catalina returns the favor and slings her into home base. And there goes Mercedes with an elbow all of her own. And back to home base again. Tag gets made, and let's see what Las Sicarias have got for us now. Anything you can do, we can do better. And how would you like a double suplex? Catalina seems to have rolled out of the ring, and she's just laying on the cardboard there. Mercedes giving her teammate a bit of an assist. Oh my God, how embarrassing. Second time tonight. This debut is not going the way Las Sicarias wanted it to. And can they even recover at this point? Tell you what though folks, we're going to have some quality blooper reels tonight. And that was a solid haymaker from Veronica. And Catalina makes the tag to Tabitha. And oh my God, look at that. The old tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Gets me every time. Let's go run that one back and take another look. And we are seeing some impressive technical skill from Veronica Mendoza here. A little showboating for the crowd, and the crowd is still not picking up what Las Sicarias are putting down. Look at that swinging neck breaker. What more do Las Sicarias have to do to impress you Philistines? Oh, look at that. Now that was a reversal into a neck breaker. Veronica tries to zig and gets tagged in the face with a dropkick by Tabitha. 1, 2, and a kick out at the last second. Tabitha is not a happy kitty cat about that. And when all else fails, you can always rely on good old-fashioned teamwork. So let's see some more. Oh, we got a catapult into the turnbuckle. And oh my God, look at the showmanship here. Ow! Now that was teamwork. Bravo, Las Gatas, bravo! If Las Sicarias are going to stand any chance, Veronica needs to make this tag to Mercedes. And she does it. But stumbling over your teammate's carcass is not a way to win a match. Even though Mercedes is the legal wrestler, Catalina can't resist getting some payback on Veronica, and now she's paying for it. What a code breaker. 1, 2. Oh, kick out at the last second. This one's really coming down to the wire, folks. If the Las Sicarias can pull something out here, maybe Todd Sorensen won't feel like he bought a lemon when he signed these two. And I was kind of hoping for an airplane spin there, but life is full of cruel disappointments. And speaking of which, Mercedes goes into the ropes, Catalina goes low, Catalina goes high, and holy crap, look at that tilt-a-whirl DDT. Play it back, Ernie, that was amazing. It's stunning displays like these that made Las Gatas the hottest drawer in women's Lucha Libre tag. And now we got him. Ain't life grand? But Catalina is not done yet. Oh my god, I think we're gonna see it. 1, 2, and 3, amigos. Nice little nod to the late great Eddie Guerrero. And who put that sledgehammer there? Catalina scoops her up and down goes the shoulder breaker. Things are not looking good for Las Sicarias. And Veronica is bringing the violence ringside to Tabitha. Daring springboard attack that misses the mark. Mercedes scoops in with the leg sweep. And whatever she's got planned is gonna be brutal. Something wicked this way comes. We got an atomic drop. Whoa! What the hell was that? I've never seen that before. Let's see that again, Ernie. I've been informed that Mercedes calls this one the Cortez Catapulta, and we can see why. That was a hell of a 1-2 punch right there. Mercedes is not one to go for a quick, easy pin, and she wants to keep bringing the punishment to Catalina. And you there with the I was promised donut sign? Me too, buddy. I feel your pain. And look at that shoulder tackle. After starting in second gear, this Mercedes is really revving up. See what I did there? Into the corner, Catalina goes. And oh my god, Mercedes Cortez is just working her like a heavy bag. Oh my god, such brutality. Was this going to be enough to take the win? And most importantly, are we seeing the crowd finally come around and cheering on Las Sicarias? The adulation of the mob can be a very fickle thing. But once a person has experienced it, they will care for little else. Tabitha coming in to break up the pin before the one. Catalina crawling back to her feet slowly but surely. And coming in with a flying Mayorana. She grabs Mercedes by the scruff of the neck. Oh, where's she taking her? Face first into the turnbuckle pad, that's weird. Oh, look at that rolling thunder kick. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, 3. Las Gatas Callejeras pick up another win. But despite not having the best debut match... Oh, what's going on here? I'll be damned, it's the Coven. There's Xenia and Helena, and they have got some harsh words for the kitty cats. With the Coven cleaning house and trying to establish dominance in the women's tag team division, it's no surprise that sooner or later they would have Las Gatas Callejeras in their sights. This is just the beginning, folks. Alright. This is a rematch, long overdue. We all remember what happened last time Hamish Gunn and Jerome Scott squared off 3 weeks ago. The Violator insisted on inserting himself as a special guest referee, and he made an absolute pig's breakfast of it. Even though the Professor got his revenge against the Violator the next week, there's still a cloud hanging over Hamish Gunn's victory. So tonight, we've got a referee that can count to 3 properly, and we are having a rematch. Due to ongoing concerns about the performance of referee Tom Herb, the referee for this match will be Chad Remington. We've been reassured that Chad can indeed count to 3, so there should be no more obstacles in the way of a great match. Let's check it out. following match is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, from Wick, Scotland, the Gallowglass Hamish Gunn. I gotta tell you folks, I've been looking forward to this rematch. Without the Violator here to screw it up, we are gonna see some honest-to-God wrestling from two of the best. And if anything, we are gonna see whether the brain or brawn prevails tonight. Which is not to say that the Gallowglass doesn't have a brain, or that the Professor doesn't have any brawn, because obviously they both do, but you know what I mean. The Highland Scots like Hamish Gunn take a lot of pride in being able to move heavy things, whereas the Professor has a style more based on leverage and momentum. That's what I was trying to say until you interrupted me. And as always, I don't mean you in particular, but you in general, if that makes any sense. Maybe I should just stop talking now before I completely butcher this. And his opponent, from Cleveland, Ohio, in the United States, the Professor Jerome Scott. Now, I know I'm not supposed to play favorites, but I love this guy. He is just the best straight-up technical wrestler we have got in this promotion. In fact, I would go so far as to say that all you inebriated, knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing oafs in the audience don't deserve to see this guy wrestle. I mean, clearly I deserve to see him wrestle, and most of you people watching on the intertubes deserve to see him wrestle, but not these idiots. The Professor wrestling for this crowd is like Beethoven playing a symphony to a pack of mules. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm watching it and all you people are watching it, what's the point? And I'd just like to remind all you jackanapes in the audience that I am safe under this desk. Your projectiles can't hurt me. And you know what else can't hurt? Picking up some merch. Referee Chad Remington rings the bell and the Professor goes for the tilt-a-whirl and he's going for a Black Widow. This is poetry in motion. And the Gallowglass powers out with a sidewalk slam. Now this is wrestling, folks. The Professor's trying to lift the Gallowglass, but he is not having a lot of luck, and he takes an elbow and a big boot. All of you filth pigs in the audience will never appreciate this match on the level that I do. And just look at that hip toss for the Gallowglass. Gunn's picking up Scott. Scott kicks out. And now we got some old school kinetic chess. But try as he might, Ernie the cameraman can't seem to get rid of those funny little circles. Professor takes another swing, and he eats another hip toss. But seriously, Ernie, you got a week to figure it out. If you can't make those circles disappear, we got another Ernie waiting in the wings to take your job. Oh God, I'm in such a female canine mood today. I love it. The Gallowglass has taken an early lead, and so far, brawn is trumping brain. And I probably shouldn't use the words trump and brain in the same sentence, unless I throw in a negative. And the Gallowglass is overpowering Scott to take the lead in this kinetic game of chess. And just look at that desperate flailing from the Professor. It's like he's trying to catch the floating jellyfish from Avatar. The Gallowglass pummeling away, and he sweeps him down into a scarf hold. What we're seeing now is a clash of styles between Scottish back hold and college Olympic wrestling. The Professor manages to wiggle his way out. Let's see where he's going now that he's leading the dance. One for the money and two for the show, cause round and round and round we go. And now the Gallowglass is the one flailing away. And look at that, over the rope. The Gallowglass still a bit discombobulated from all the grappling, and off the apron he goes onto the cardboard. And there goes the falling senton right into the bread basket of the Professor. And if your bread basket's running on empty, why not stop by the concession stand? We promised the cook wore gloves this time. And I gotta hand it to Chad Remington. He is doing a bang-up job as a referee tonight. And boom goes the catapult, and the Gallowglass goes down. The Professor's got the armbar, but can he make it work? Apparently not. If there's any creature more stubborn than a Highland Scot, I don't want to know about it. But let's see if the Professor can make the neck crank work. And thank God the Gallowglass is wearing underpants today. We really don't need a repeat of that other time. And good gravy, would you look at that? A lucky 13. We are seeing a lot of Bret the Hitman Hart in the Professor's wrestling, and it's a beautiful thing. But there was nothing beautiful or magical about that punch to the face. We have seen some great grappling already. And look at this, now it's time for some brute strength. Oh my God, is he gonna do powerbomb? This is the raw power that propelled the Gallowglass to so many victories in Highland Games. And I think we're gonna see another powerbomb. The Professor's back is literally on fire now. Well, not literally, although that would be kind of cool. Professor stunned on the ropes, and the Gallowglass comes with a clothesline to knock him onto the cardboard. We haven't had a match end in a countout since the last disastrous PLE. And let's hope this isn't going to be the first one. Oh my God, look at that. The Professor playing possum. Let's see that again. This is some brilliant strategy on display from the Professor. The Gallowglass just ate more cardboard than I did last time I had Domino's. Ooh, sick burn. The Professor's satisfied with the job he's done, and he's going back in the ring. And all this action makes me wonder why we can't just fire Tom Herb and have Chad Remington call all the matches. This looks like it could be bad news for the Professor. Oh God, what's he gonna do now? Oh, he's got him up in the fireman's carry. Oh, rope break. You see, Tom Herb? That's how you legitimately break up a submission. No Linwood Screwjobs here, but an axe handle and a spear tackle. This match could really go either way, and I have no idea who to bet money on, but look at that leg drop. Professor looks like he's going for something big, and are we gonna see it? Oh my God, yes, the gravitational constant. Yes, I love that move. Let's see it again, Ernie. As you can see here, the Professor managed to avoid a pummeling and came roaring back to life. School was back in session, and it was time for the Professor to remind the Gallowglass that the only constant in the ring is gravity. Now this was magnificent. Hopefully this should make the Professor's job a little easier. Oh! Gallowglass fires back with a punch to the breadbasket, another one to the face. Oh, he's got him by the neck and a punch to the chest. We are seeing bunches and bunches of punches here. A flurry of punches rock the Professor, and there goes the swinging axe handle. Gallowglass posting up on the middle rope, and there goes the diving axe handle. And oh, what do we got here? Oh my God, a gator roll. Haven't seen one of those in ages. And looks like he's trying for the crossface, but can he make it stick? Apparently not. Gallowglass pulling the Professor up. Ooh, he's dragging him to the turnbuckle, and I got a really, really bad feeling about this. Oh no, I think we're gonna see it. Caber toss right into the ring post. Let's take another look. And while this is a move that probably should be banned, we're really not quite there yet, folks. It's probably gonna take a few really bad cases of CTE before we start reconsidering. And as much as I hate to say it, I really don't fancy the Professor's chances. Oh, look at that rope break. The only wrestler I've seen survive a caber toss is Linwood Knight, and there's really not a lot of brain matter there to damage. The Gallowglass dragging the Professor to the middle of the ring where nobody can hear you scream and there are no rope breaks. Oh, looks like he's going for a Boston Crab. The human body is not supposed to be bent backwards like this, but let's see how long the Professor can survive. Oh, it's not looking good. Oh, something's happening. And he's got a leg and he's slipping his way out. Gallowglass determined to finish him off, and he gets catapulted across the ring. Jerome Scott is not out of this yet. And it looks like we got another yay boo on our hands. And folks, what you see before you is the inability of our cameraman Ernie to remove those funny video game looking front glitches. Ernie the cameraman should remember that he is not the first Ernie the cameraman, and you really don't want to know what happened to the others. But goddamn, look at those welts on the Professor's back. And there goes the dropkick. Professor posting up on the middle rope, and boom goes the falling elbow. This match has taken a toll on both the competitors. Professor going for the rear naked choke, but can he make the Gallowglass tap? Oh, and the Gallowglass is powering out. A few cheeky elbows to the ribs and the Gallowglass throws him off. There goes that big size 12 boot to the face. Gallowglass picking him up. Uh-oh, what's coming now? He's got him over the shoulder. And spiked into the turnbuckle. Professor's trying to rally, but it may be too little too late. Gallowglass gets him in a hammerlock, takes him down. Oh my god, he's doing one-handed push-ups. This is impressive. The Gallowglass is really in the zone, and he seems to have a hell of a lot more in the tank than the Professor. And if you need to fill up your tank, why not stop by the concession stand and get you some of them French fry potatoes? Gallowglass trying for something up top, and his aerial assault is denied by the Professor. We might be seeing the tide turning in this match. Oh, catapulted off by the Gallowglass. And what do we got going on here? Oh my god, I've never seen one of these in the wild. This is exciting. Look at that. A rolling Piper's Pit. Professor coming back with the clothesline, but let's see that Piper's Pit again. Hamish Gunn dropping some respect to the original Canadian playing the Scotsman, the late great Rowdy Roddy Piper. Gallowglass comes. Oh my god, did he just knock out Chad Remington? I saw the whole thing, that was an accident. But just look at the way Chad Remington slides across that greasy mat. That is impressive. Although it begs the question, why are our mats greasy? Gallowglass with the Professor over the shoulder, and there goes the running power slam, and Chad Remington is back to his feet. No hard feelings, buddy. Hamish Gunn channeling his inner Macho Man Randy Savage with that beautiful elbow drop. Oh yeah! Oh, he's got the Professor by the scruff of the neck, into the turnbuckle, and oh no, we're not going to see another one, are we? A second caber toss, and the Professor gets laid out like Aunt Bertha's breakfast table. Gallowglass gets him by the feet. Oh, he's going for another Boston Crab, and is this going to be the one to finish it off? Oh, there's nowhere to... Oh, it's over. Gallowglass takes the victory. Let's go take a butcher's at some of the ringside highlights. Although we saw some slick moves from the Professor here and there, the Gallowglass was a man with something to prove. He wanted to prove to the whole world that he could win a legitimate victory without an incompetent referee fudging the numbers. And man oh man, did we ever see some sweet wrestling in this match. None of which will be appreciated by the Philistines in the crowd, but the important thing is that I saw it and all you people on the intertube saw it too. And folks, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am a little gutted that my main man, the Professor, didn't take the win, but there is no shame in losing to an opponent of Hamish Gunn's caliber. The Gallowglass more than proved his legitimacy tonight, and he's absolutely going to be one to watch going forward in the men's division. This crowd were absolutely loving every second of it, and Chad Remington did an excellent job as a referee, I gotta say. And I gotta give Chad props for taking that bump from the Gallowglass like an absolute pro. Referee Tom Herb would have cried for 10 minutes, taken a week off, and then wrote something really passive-aggressive on social media. But you, Chad Remington, are an absolute pro. So chalk up a well-deserved victory for the Gallowglass, Hamish Gunn. He took on a worthy adversary and won himself a victory that was as legitimate and clean as they come. And I don't know about you folks, but this is the kind of wrestling I like to see. No hairy overweight clowns blowing off in people's faces, no cockney pickpocket tattoos, and nobody trying to sneak sledgehammers into the ring. This was just good old-fashioned... Oh, hang about. Something's happening backstage. Let's go check it out. Good gravy. Elio's ambushing Yuri Kalishnikov and they're going at it in the car park. Whatever violence we saw between these two in the first match was just the beginning. In the car park, nobody can hear you scream. as I found out when I face planted my scooter into that wall there. Kalishnikov fighting back, and he is not going to take this ambush lying down. Elio's looking for a weapon, and he sees the stop sign. Kalishnikov intercepts and sends him flying. And I gotta say, I am impressed by how good these cameras are in the car park. Why can't we have cameras like these ringside? Kalishnikov gets him up and over the shoulder, and oh my god, isn't that your car, Ernie? Can we please see that again? That was badass. Oh, I hope you got insurance, Ernie. And folks, this is what happens when you mess with the Enforcer. Yuri Kalishnikov painted a target on his back when he beat Alonso Constanzo, but so far he's telling Sector Del Muerte, bring it on. And there he goes, taking out the trash. This man is not afraid to single-handedly take on a dangerous cult full of brainwashed wrestlers, and I think we can all learn a lesson from that. Elio gives him the slip and tags him in the back of the kneecaps. And there goes a sneaky little trick from the Enforcer. Kalishnikov is nowhere near done with Elio, and he is going to make him rue the day. So start rueing, Elio, because you just ambushed the last man you ever want to ambush. Oh! Ernie's car takes another shot. And Ernie, you might want to tape some plastic over that window just in case it rains later on. Oh, look at that DDT. And I, for one, am glad that somebody emptied the rubbish bins. Otherwise, this car park would be a complete mess. Neither wrestler is given an inch in this beatdown. Oh my god, look at that kick. That was a thing of beauty. And where is Kalishnikov going now? Oh, he's got the stop sign. And why do we have an American ambulance in our car park? There is nothing in the world that says cease and desist more than getting clobbered by a stop sign. They're both in the clinch, and Kalishnikov punches out with a beautiful uppercut. And here we're going to see Kalishnikov's superior technical skills with a hammerlock into a suplex. Beautiful. Kalishnikov is sending a clear message. If you want to come for me, bring more guys. Oh, misses the leg drop. And one really has to wonder, where are security at this moment? Now, I'm not one to snitch on anybody, but I'm pretty sure our security guys are backstage in the gorilla position playing video games like they usually do. We really shouldn't have let them bring in a PS5. That's why we never get anything done around here. Elio is looking in bad shape, but he really should have thought of that before he ambushed the Enforcer. Kalishnikov gets him up over the shoulder, and it's time to eat the barricade. Oh, can we say that again, please? I gotta say, whoever's shooting the cameras in the parking lot, you're doing a much better job than Ernie the cameraman. But don't tell Ernie I said that. His ego's a little fragile at the moment. And folks, this has turned into a good old-fashioned slobber knocker. Yuri Kalishnikov is absolutely not taking any of Sector Del Muerte's crap. Ooh, where's he taking Elio now? This could be good. Oh, he's gonna scoop him up. And look at the size of that powerbomb. The Enforcer's picking him up. And oh, let me help you into your very own park. And here's a leg drop for good measure. Now you just stay in that park, and if you're good, maybe I'll turn on the radio. This is looking bad for Elio. And Kalishnikov going for the rear naked choke. Let's see if he can make it happen. Elio is not mounting much resistance, and oh, he wants out. There is not much left of Elio at this stage of the game, and Kalishnikov is wandering off somewhere. Maybe we should send somebody to check on him. I mean, not because I'm concerned about him. Oh, no, he's moving. And here comes Kalishnikov. You've been a bad boy, Elio, and you must pay. And oh, look at this. Here comes another powerbomb, and that one hit harder than the last one. Kalishnikov telling his opponent, stop kicking yourself, stop kicking yourself, stop kicking yourself. Elio is walking wounded. And oh my god, are we going to see it? A third powerbomb. That's got to be it. And folks, this brawl is officially over. Yuri Kalishnikov held his own against Sector Del Muerte's deadliest Sicario. But let's get back to some wrestling in tonight's main event. And folks, this brings us to the main event of the night. The Godmother la Madrina threw down the gauntlet, our champ Marisa Duvalier picked it up, and now we're about to see if La Femme Brutale has it in her to mount another title defense. Once that bell rings, there are no guarantees, and for all we know, we may be seeing a new champion tonight. Whichever way it goes, Miss Venice Beach Candice Devereaux has earned herself a title shot, which she will be taking next week, so whoever wins this will be squaring off against her. But in the meantime, we got two of the best strikers in the women's division, and this is gonna be a scrap for the ages. So you're ready for a title match? Let's go see a title match. The following LCW Women's World Championship match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the challenger, representing Sector del Muerte, from Brownsville, Texas in the United States, the Godmother la Madrina. Much like her patron Alonso Constanzo, this woman here, La Madrina, is evil incarnate. But believe it or not, folks, she was not born this way. Before El Padrino found her and brainwashed her, she was making a successful living as a Zumba instructor. And while I hope this doesn't sound like a reductive stereotype, nobody who does Zumba for a living could possibly be evil. At least you'd like to think that. But after a little indoctrination, a little brainwashing, and a few bloodthirsty rituals to Kadi and Pembe, the devourer of souls, here we are. If she takes the win tonight, Sector del Muerte will have 3 championship belts, and that's bad news for the rest of us. And her opponent, and current LCW Women's World Champion, from Marseille, France, La Femme Brutale, Marisa Duvalier. And while La Femme Brutale may be a dangerously unhinged psychopath and self-admitted sadist, I find myself in the uncomfortable position of rooting for her tonight. And while I maintain that Miss Venice Beach Candice Devereaux is the rightful champion, when has anybody ever listened to me? But the good news is, this is the very last time we'll see that absolutely hideous belt, because we're getting shiny new ones. There you go, folks. Let the tacky colors of this belt scar your retinas one last time. La Madrina already has that cold dead stare, and I can feel an icy chill rake my back. And while the Linwood crowd has no love for Sector del Muerte, La Madrina nevertheless has her admirers. She's like a Pied Piper to all the lonely, desperate, middle-aged men on the internet. Wait a minute, I'm one of those. Ah, crap. Marisa really does not want to drop this belt, as hideous as it may be. Although if she knew how snazzy the new belts are going to be, she'd drop it, kick it a couple of times, and then set it on fire. And oh, look at this, sportsmanship. Definitely didn't expect... Oh, okay, I expected that. Be honest, who saw that coming? La Femme Brutale has pre-rattled her opponent, and the match begins in earnest. And oh, look at that, a tilt-a-whirl head scissors from La Madrina. The Godmother is in absolutely no rush here, and she's just picking her opponent over like a salad bar. And look at that falling elbow to the hamstring. The cheap shots keep coming, and the champ may be deeply regretting accepting this challenge. And there's a step-up enziguri reversal, with a little display some people might find cheeky. La Madrina is unloading and going to work with a facebuster. She came to challenge the big bully of the women's locker room, and she wants her pound of flesh. And look at that trapeze walk into a shotgun dropkick. Ain't that something? La Femme Brutale firing back and unloading with a massive pump kick. La Madrina is not the only one looking for a pound of flesh. The champ takes to the top rope. La Madrina's coming back in the ring and boom goes the falling axe handle. She's got the Godmother by the hair. Into the corner she goes, and I love it when she does this. We got the forearm smash and a running bulldog. And some sick dance moves. She actually calls that one the French bulldog, and I always get those confused with Boston Terriers. They look so similar. La Madrina taken to the trapeze again, and boom goes the shotgun kick. And I apologize there, folks, but our cameraman Ernie must have hit the wrong button. You're on some pretty thin ice, Ernie. Nice clothesline from La Madrina. Cheap shots keep coming, and how about that stomp to the gut with those stiletto heels? I don't know why we let our wrestlers wear heels. That's just a lawsuit waiting to happen. And where is La Madrina going? We're getting a lot of mind games here. She is just daring the champ to come and scrap on the cardboard. Let's see if the champ takes the bait. And oh my god, she whiffed that suicide dive. Next time you try that, you might want to make sure your opponent's there to break your fall. And how about that? La Madrina whiffs the senton. And now the champ's making her pay for it with a stump puller. The animosity and psychological aggression we're seeing in this match is off the charts. Neither of these wrestlers has come to showboat for the crowd tonight. They are here purely and simply to taste the salt of each other's tears and bathe in their blood. Champ comes in with a running leg drop and misses the mark. The count is really coming down to the wire, and for the love of cake, these two should get back in the ring ASAP. La Madrina is not letting up with the mockery and derision. Here comes the champ. And look at that beautiful crucifix. Although shouldn't somebody like La Madrina be doing the crucifix upside down? Duvalier with a springboard crossbody, and she eats nothing but canvas. Nobody home. And that was an incredibly stylish DDT from La Madrina. And speaking of nobody home, what if somebody's robbing my house right now? Oh my god, I could lose everything. The momentum has started to shift in this match, and the champ is getting her own back. La Madrina is taking a right clobbering. And now Duvalier's going up the top rope. And she's just patiently waiting for her opponent to get up. And that shotgun dropkick completely missed the target. But the champ has not lost any of her moxie. And La Madrina dodges that kick and fires back with a shotgun dropkick of her own. Now, I may not be a gun nut, but as a guy who plays video games, if you're standing that close to the target as Marisa was, and you miss with a shotgun, maybe shooting is not the pastime for you. La Madrina taken to the top rope, and we could be seeing something epic here. Oh, it's that massive body splash. Let's go take another look. And while it's hard to say who came out worse from that body splash, La Madrina is not afraid to put her body on the line to cripple and maim her opponent. The psychological warfare continues. Marisa's back on her feet. She deflects that punch. And just look at that suplex with momentum aplenty. Nice kip up from La Madrina into a running enziguri. And while the champ may be all business, La Madrina does not hesitate to pull on the heartstrings of the lonely, desperate middle-aged men on the internet. And what the hell was that supposed to be? Whatever it was, it didn't work. La Madrina gets it by the leg, and she is cranking that ankle like she's trying to open a difficult jar of peanut butter. The pain must be excruciating. The cheap shots keep her coming, and even I'm finding myself beginning to wonder how much more of this the champ can take. Falling axe handle to the back, and this is just cruel and unusual punishment. Well, it's pretty usual for these two wrestlers, but you know what I mean. La Madrina hoists her over the shoulder. Marisa gives her the slip, and down she goes. Marisa's picking her up. Into the ropes she goes, and somebody should have zigged when they zagged. But La Madrina is firing back. And look at that running face breaker. La Madrina is really rubbing the salt in the wound tonight. Nobody has ever gotten under the champ's skin quite like this. She's revving up and... oh, look at that! Oh my God! Let's see that again. That was brutal. This is one of La Madrina's signatures, and she calls this one the Pisoton de Victoria, which loosely translates to victory stomp. With those stiletto heels of hers, you can just imagine the kind of internal damage there. And can she get the pin? 1, 2. Oh, kick out in the last second, and she is not happy about that. For someone as icy cold as La Madrina, that was quite the tantrum. Looking to cause damage with those stiletto heels, and that one missed the mark. We got a lot of swings, misses, and dodges happening, but can she make the trapeze dropkick work again? Apparently not. The champ's getting a second wind, and she is letting her have it. La Femme Brutale trying to rally the crowd to her cause, but we'll see where these people's allegiance lie. La Madrina comes running, and she's got her in a headlock, and the champ is punching her. Ooh, and she kicks her into the corner. And now we got a high knee into a short arm clothesline. That was a 1-2 punch. The champ is not ready to let go of the belt just yet. Oh, and we have seen this combination before, and it's always deadly. Usually it means lights out for her opponent. So let's see if La Madrina can survive that brutal onslaught. If the champ were being pragmatic, she'd just go for the pin, but she wants to keep twisting the knife as long and as hard as she can. And should we even be surprised from somebody who openly identifies as a sadist? She's claimed on several occasions to be a descendant of the Marquis de Sade, but we find that claim highly dubious, although it does make you wonder. You can almost hear the champ saying, "Bring it on, is that all you got?" And she should really be careful what she wishes for. Good gravy, look at that. The Brisure de Visage, another one of Marisa's signatures. Run it back, Ernie. Brisure de Visage roughly translates to face breaker. And while there already is a move in wrestling called the face breaker, it's nowhere near as stylish and classy as that. And if I were the champ, I wouldn't be so quick to gloat, because that might happen. There have been many cautionary tales about hubris, but apparently none of our wrestlers have ever read them. Oh, look at that, we've got a yay boo. And while two women beating the absolute snot out of each other might sound like something a deranged serial killer would concoct, I very much assure you that this is what family-friendly mainstream entertainment looks like these days. You can't watch an episode of Peppa Pig without seeing at least 3 of these. I'll certainly never forget that slobber knocker between Susie Sheep and Wendy Wolf. La Madrina seals the deal with a step-up enziguri. How much more punishment can either of these wrestlers take? Champ gets spiked headfirst into the mat. And where oh where is the Godmother taking her? The champ's desperately trying to get back to her feet, and La Madrina helps her. And this could be a scoop. And we got the up and over. La Femme Brutale coming to inflict the brutality with an absolute barrage of punches. La Madrina desperately trying to prop herself up with the corner. And that is how you play possum, folks. Taking the boots to the champ, and she is not letting up with those stilettos. Going for the pin, but can she pull it off? 1, 2. Oh! We nearly had a new champ there, but not quite. Marisa looking to the ropes for support. La Madrina grabs her and sends her flying. Goes low. Oh my God, we got another Pistoton de Victoria. Will this be enough? 1, 2, 3. We have a new champ. La Madrina takes the win. This is both exciting and terrifying, but let's go see some ringside highlights. La Madrina came into this match swinging to show the champ that she wasn't playing around. We certainly had our share of sweet acrobatics, but at no time did the mind games and psychological warfare ever let up. We had two wrestlers that despise each other on a deeply personal level, and neither one was afraid to show it. Everything that happened tonight has got to be a serious blow to La Femme Brutale's ego, and one has to wonder, what will her next move be? As is our custom, she'll be starting from the bottom of the leaderboards again. And as the old saying goes, you should be nice to people on the way up, because you may very well see them on the way down, which was advice Marisa has never heeded. So she is about to get a rude awakening. But with La Madrina's win, Secta del Muerte now possess 3 of our 6 championship belts. If they figure out how to get the other 3, we are in for some very dark times ahead. And there she is, our new LCW Women's World Champion, and the last woman to ever hold that belt, because we're getting shiny new ones. But whatever you do, for God's sakes, don't make direct eye contact with La Madrina. You could fall under her spell, get lured in by her siren song, and for all you know, you may wake up as the next member of Secta del Muerte. It happened to my Uncle Barry's mate Kev, and it can happen to you too. Well folks, I'm sad to say, but that is all the time we have this week. I just want to take the time to thank each and every one of you wonderful people for tuning in for this very last episode of LCW. But like a phoenix from the ashes, we will be back next week, bigger, badder, and better than ever as Linwood Wrestling Legends. And while it may take a little getting used to saying LWL instead of LCW, I'm sure I'll get the hang of it eventually, but at least we're getting shiny new belts. But rest assured, it'll be the same familiar wrestlers, the same abandoned warehouse, and the same passive-aggressive commentary from yours truly, your erstwhile host and commentator, John Adams. So as always, dear viewer, I bid you a fond farewell, and as always, I encourage each and every one of you to go out and support your local independent wrestling promotions, because that's where the real passion is and where the real wrestling goes down.